Machine learning. You hear that term everywhere, right? But what does it actually mean? Well, it's pretty much the secret sauce behind a ton of the smart tech you use every single day. So, in the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how it all works. Okay, let's start with something you see all the time, your email inbox. Ever wonder how it just knows what's spam? I mean, you didn't sit there and write a rule for every single piece of junk mail. So how does it do it? Yep, you guessed it. That's machine learning in action. So what is it, really? Machine learning is actually a part of the bigger world of artificial intelligence. But here's the key difference. Instead of a programmer writing a bunch of super strict rules for it to follow, we just feed it a ton of data. And the computer's job is to figure out the patterns all on its own. It literally learns and gets better over time, kind of like we do. And this is a huge, huge shift from how we used to do things. Think about it. Old school programming meant a human had to think of and write down a rule for every single possibility. It's super rigid. But with machine learning, we just show the computer a million examples of spam, and it starts to get a feel for it. It's not about following a checklist anymore. It's about spotting the patterns. Okay, so how does a machine actually do this learning thing? Well, it breaks down into three main approaches. All right, first up is supervised learning. This is kind of like studying with flashcards. We give the machine a whole bunch of data that's already labeled, like thousands of emails that are clearly marked spam or not spam. It just keeps studying them until it gets good at telling the difference on its own. Then you have unsupervised learning. This is the total opposite. We just dump a ton of unlabeled data on the machine and say, hey, find something interesting in here. This is how your streaming service might group people with similar tastes together without even knowing what those tastes are called. And finally, there's reinforcement learning. This one's all about trial and error, like teaching a dog a new trick. The AI tries something, and if it does a good job, it gets a reward. If it messes up, no reward. This is exactly how AI gets so good at playing video games, or how a self-driving car learns to make the right moves on the road. And believe me, this isn't just stuff you'd find in a research lab. Machine learning is already woven into pretty much everything we do. You know when you finish a show and that perfect recommendation pops up? Like, how did it know? That's machine learning. It's looking at what you've watched, what millions of other people like you have watched, and it makes a seriously good guess about what you're going to want to see next. Or how about when you talk to your phone? That voice assistant isn't just listening. It's using machine learning to cut through all the background noise, figure out what you're saying, and understand what you actually mean. And what's cool is every time you use it, it gets just a tiny bit better at understanding you. It's also working behind the scenes to keep you safe. Your bank is using machine learning to look at millions of transactions every second. It learns what your normal spending looks like. So the moment a weird charge pops up from a country you've never been to, boom, the system flags it as potential fraud and keeps your money safe. But it goes way beyond just convenience and security. I mean, think about medicine. Machine learning algorithms are now looking at medical scans, like x-rays, and they can spot tiny patterns that even a trained human eye might miss. We're talking about helping doctors catch diseases earlier and more accurately than ever before. That's a huge deal. So, if there's one single thing to take away from all this, it's this. That's the whole ballgame. It's the magic trick behind it all. It's not about programming a computer one time with a list of instructions. It's about giving it the ability to learn on its own, to adapt, and to get smarter and smarter as it sees more of the world. And that leaves us with a pretty wild thought to end on, right? We're creating these systems that can see patterns we can't and understand data on a scale that's just mind-boggling for us. So as they keep getting smarter and keep on learning, what will they end up teaching us?